Hello, Veritas. It is good to be back. I see that we have 9 people already on. Fantastic. Tonight on the keyboard, we have the only, the one. I said that backwards, but anyways. Jim Roman. Yes. On tenor, we have Mike McCarver.
Holla.
They don't get a chord too? And then on bass, we have Jeff Van Hal. Augmented. Okay. Let me see here. We're still at 8. I'm going to give us 1 minute. If you have not had a chance to download your music, make sure you have done that. You can find the link in the email that I sent you, or you can go to the Facebook page. We're going to be starting with Sing to the Lord tonight. So we'll start with that, and then we'll go on to some other stuff. Make sure that you have your music ready to go, which I'm sure that you all do. Happy Inauguration Day. Exactly. Let me know if you can hear me, which I'm sure that I think you can, but just give me a thing in the comments to let me know that you can hear us.
Can you do a diminished next, Jim?
Loud and clear. Perfect. Good. They all popped in. Hello, Chris Crippen. Thank you, Bob. And yes, James, I can hear your answer from here. That is fantastic. Jim is laughing at you. Thank you, Andy. Hello. Our views just went up. Good.
And subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Yes, please. Jim Caldwell, I can be louder. Jim, make sure that your volume is turned up, because it's turned up as loud as I can on my end. And if you have headphones, put them in. All right, guys. It is that time. We're 2 minutes in. We're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with Sing to the Lord. Before we even get to where we're going to this fun part, I just want to remind you that yes, we have done this once upon a time. Yes, it's been a long time since you've actually sung it, but if you don't have the word strumpets that come to mind, then you should be thinking about them now. So just going to remind you of that. And those strumpets happen to come about at the bottom of 11 and the top of 12. So, just a word for the wise. All right, we're going to run this all the way through. And we're going to have Mike on tenor 2, and then we're going to have Jeff. Oh, Jeff, you want to sing baritone or bass?
We'll sing bass first.
Let's sing bass first. Okay, so we'll do that. And doesn't matter what happens, we're going to go through the entire thing. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3,
Sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord a new song, sing to the Lord a new song.
And 1.
For he has done marvelous things, his right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him, salvation. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations.
And a 1.
He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord. With the harp, and the sound of trumpets, 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 trumpets. Shout for joy before the Lord, shout for joy. Let the sea resound, let the rivers clap their hands, let the mountains sing for joy, let them sing before the Lord.
Repeat from the beginning. And 1.
Sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song, sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord.
And then you breathe, yeah? So we're going to work backwards from here, and we're going to real fast get our breath marks here. So if we have finished the bottom of page 15, we'll go sing to the Lord. Then you take a big old breath, right? And then we'll go sing to, and as much as I would love for us to have lungs of steel that can do the entire page without that breath, let's go ahead and breathe after the word to. So and then you have to make it to the end, right? Sing to the Lord. But here's the deal. If I let you breathe after 2, I want you to make a really, really big deal about that crescendo over the word the. And I want the word the to start super soft. Sing to the Lord. And that's what we're looking for, okay? Guys, could we demonstrate that starting on 125? Sing, sing. Here we go. 3 and
Sing to the Lord.
good. I would like for us to do that once more, and when we get to the word the has a pitched TH. Make sure you pitch it so that can have a pitch, right? So if I'm a bass, sing to that's what we want. Same for the tenors, yeah? Okay? And when we get to that TH, drop it way back in volume. Way back. Here we go. One more time. 125. Ready? And go.
Sing to the Lord.
Yes. And just like Mike gave, we had a nice D at the end. Make sure the consonant's there, okay? So now that you have fixed that, let's go backwards. So we were pretty good on most of this stuff. Let's start at the top of 14, last 2 measures. So this is where we come back to the original material, correct? So I have 1, sing to the Lord, which is the exact same as the beginning of the piece of music, right? When we get to top of 15, at measure 117, that's 1, sing to the Lord a new song. That's when you get to breathe. There's even a little mark right there to remind you can breathe after song, but you can't breathe before then, okay? Let's go ahead and go back, and let's go back before that, and we're going to start at page 12, at the unison section. This is completely different than everything we've done, right? Before that, we've shout for joy, we've strumpeted, and we sound like trumpets, we hope. When we get to let the sea resound, that's a completely different character. It needs to be smooth, legato, and cursive, okay? And on the word resound, make sure that S is a Z, okay? Here we go. Let's start, please, at page 12. Let the sea. 1, 2, and
Let the sea resound.
good. We're going to do that once more. Now that you have the pitches, we're going to add musicality to that. Here we go. Ready? And go.
Let the sea resound. Let the rivers clap their hands.
Good. Let's stop right there. And Mike just did a fantastic job on measure 99. When we get to let the rivers clap their hands. So we change character right at river. So you get to change on the word river, but not before that. Okay? Can you guys be even more schmaltzy, please, when we get to the bottom of 12 of the unison? Oh, be a string player. Be underwater. underwater. Here we go. One more time, let the sea. Everybody at home, let this relax a little bit in the voice. Yeah, here we go. And go.
Let the sea resound. Let the rivers clap their hands.
Good. All right, good. And on the word hands, we have the same crescendo, right? But I want us to start on the word hands to come back in volume a little bit. So everything what you did up to that was perfect until we get the hands, we'll back it way down. And that way when you crescendo, it sounds bigger than it was to begin with, okay? All right, let's go back, guys. And can we now, Jeff, can I have you swap to baritone? We are going to start at the top of 10, everybody. At the top of 10, this is shout for joy to the Lord, all of the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. And let's just have Jeff sing that part for us. And when we get to 11, we're going to sing that baritone line. Okay? Here we go. Baritone's top of 10. 1, 2, 1.
Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord. With the harp and the sound of singing.
Yeah.
With trumpets, 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 trumpets. Shout for joy before the Lord. Shout for joy. Let the sea resound. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing for joy. Let them sing before the Lord.
Good. That baritone line, you just need to memorize it. And I will tell you, the last pitch on the word Lord, it's going to feel like you're just having to pull it way up. But I actually contest that the harder note for you guys is, can we start at the top of 13? Top of 13. And this is for all basses too, but baritones on the word hands, and then being able to come from hands and then get to the word joy. So can we do let the rivers clap their hands, the baritone line, and we'll continue until we get to the word joy. Let's go a little bit slower. Here we go. 1, and.
Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing for joy.
Good, and that is the moneymaker. And if you can get from hands to let, and then to joy, that's where it's at. Okay. All right. Can we go back even further? And let's go back to where the tenors start off on the bottom of page 7, the last bar. This is, he has remembered his love and his faithfulness. And now here's the deal. This is the same schmaltzy legato thing from prior, okay? So lay it on us thick, Mike.
All right.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, and a 1.
He has remembered his love and his faithfulness.
1,
To the house of Israel, all the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord. With the harp and the sound of singing. With trumpets, 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 trumpets. Shout for joy before the Lord. Shout for joy.
schmaltzy.
Let the sea resound. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing for joy. Let them sing before the Lord.
Good. All right. So I would say everything that we just did then was beautiful. I love the schmaltz, and that's exactly what we need. The one thing that I still want is when we get to the top of 13, everybody, the word hands. Can I get an A natural, Jim? Let the rivers clap their hands. Hands. Use aspirate of the H, the aspiration of the, yeah, use that to start your air on hands, and that way, when you start phonating, right, you don't have to work so hard to make that come after, and then you can let it grow. Really, really want to drive that home, okay? I love the word music, and a quick story, it's the same as the word new and new. A new is an animal. A new is obviously not. Music. Enjoy the glide of the ya, okay? So really sing through that. All right. Let us go back to the very beginning, and then we're going to get from the beginning until the schmaltzy on page 7.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Before that, are there any maybe sections that could use some tenor 1 parts?
Let's have you sing tenor 1 this go around.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you for that. Here we go. Let's
Bass-
start.
Bass or baritone?
Let's have you sing baritone now. We're going to start at measure 5, everybody, from the beginning. And we're going to have baritone and tenor 1 now. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and.
Sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord, sing to the Lord a new song, a new Lord, a new song. For he has done marvelous things, his right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him, salvation. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations.
Good. Let's get one more crack at the baritone line. Let's start at top of page 6, everyone. The last measure, the word have. And enjoy the words of salvation. Yeah? Have worked salvation for him, salvation. And you could almost throw away the last syllable of salvation. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 1.
Have worked salvation for him, salvation. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations.
That was beautiful. I love the righteousness. That's very righteous. Let's add in the tenor lines. Here we go. Same place, top of 6, last measure. 1, 2, 1.
Have worked salvation for him,
Yeah, let's do that again.
salvation.
Let's do that
The
again.
Lord-
Let's do that again. The second salvation was great. The first one wasn't what it needed to be. Here we go. 1, 2, 1.
Have worked salvation for him, salvation. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations.
Good. Thank you very much. All right. Good. Let's leave this now. I think that was good work on that, guys. Thank you. And let's take a quick look at, what time is it? It's 6:33. Let's go to Be Thou My Vision. And we are going to go to all the way through to page 5. Okay? All the way through to page 5. This is Be Thou My Vision. When we start getting into parts, we're going to stop. All right. So when we do this real fast, I want you to think about the words. Think about how you would speak these words without singing them. And as they're written on the page right now, it looks like there's no context, correct? Yes? But be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Right? So that sounds like 2 phrases, but actually it should be 1. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Right? It's one spoken sentence, so sing it like that. Even though we have to catch a breath, but you can still keep the line, yeah? Let's start it from the top. Here we go. 1. we go any farther, there's two things that I want us to, well, a couple of things, but two in particular places that I want us to really touch on. And that is the concept of borrowing time, right? So, measure 37. When we get to the end of sun, we can borrow more time right there. We can take our time. We have that luxury. So, let me see here. If we start at, if I'm a bass baritone at 34, so I have, Thou my great Father, I thy true Son, thou in me dwelling. Then you can move along, okay? But we can have time after sun and let that kind of settle for a second. I know it's out of time, but that's the concept of borrowing time, right? And then that same thing will happen once more earlier in the piece, okay? And let me see here if nobody can really tell me at this current junction. But basically, we'll have day or by night. It's the same thing on measure 18 and 37, okay? So just make a note there that you can borrow time. Gosh, it is already 6:38. This is killing me. All right, let's do one. I'm not going to make the baritones and basses blow their chords, but let's go ahead and take a look at page 8. Page 8. This is our High King of Heaven, my victory won. And let's have Mike. Can I have you sing the tenor 2 part right here? Okay. I think it's important for those internal parts. And Jeff, sing bass 2 for us. Because baritones, you know, when you get to heart of my own heart, whatever befall. Oh, you have the melody. You know this, okay? All right, here we go. Page 8. So, we are not bombastic. We're declaring, right? Declamatory. So, you don't need to think vertically. It's still, High King of Heaven, my victory won. Yeah, we can be big and still have finesse. Here we go. 1, 2, and.
High King of Heaven, my victory won. May I reach and joys the bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall.
Good. Let's start on top of page 9. Let's get one more crack at that. Here we go. Heart of mine, heart of mine, heart of my own. 2 and T.
Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision.
2 T off. 2 T 1 2. And I don't know how we're going to make you breathe here. I'll think about it. And all. Good, but you know your parts right there. We're going to work on what's the most ecumenical way to do this from home and virtually. All right, guys, I think that is your fair share of singing for the night. It's 6:40, and I cannot believe that it's gone by that fast. So I will see you at 6:45 in the Zoom meeting. So that is in 5 minutes. In 4 minutes. I'll see you in 4. Thank you for everybody here, and we'll see you in a hot minute. Do, do.